heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a lot of things have happened. Now, it's been nearly 3 years since the Emperor Doom storyline ended, and reality somewhat returned mostly back to normal. Now, in the last 3 years, a lot happened for Izuku. He was in the Savage Lands for the year. Hulk had him stuck there. He was in Wakanda for 2. And right after returning to the X-Men, he's found a situation. Terrigenesis is an event caused by the Inhumans. There are clouds of Terrigen mist roaming the Earth. And right now one was heading for Japan. It had the potential to kill thousands, if not millions, of dormant mutants who are in Japan. And right now the X-Men, they saved those people. They don't even know if they could be inhuman, and yet millions were willing to bet their life on that. Now, after they changed the makeup of the cloud, making it non-toxic to mutants, you do actually have where Cyclops, he voiced his complaints to Black Bolt and Medusa. And the two, they weren't too happy with this. In their eyes, the X-Men are impeding the process of the Inhumans. The Inhumans, they have, well, put themselves in isolation. They have always been just like Wakanda. However, now, with more people in their fold, more people in their kingdom, they're strong and powerful. And the mutants, they just stopped that progress in Japan. And right now, Cyclops, after trying to take a stand against Black Bolt, he was murdered by a supersonic voice. Now, the Hulk tried to step in. Him, obviously enraged, seeing somebody close to him die. And right now, Black Bolt, after knocking away and taking out the Hulk very quickly, he left. And Deku, he attended Cyclops' funeral. And right now, a lot's going through his mind. Charles and Cyclops. And many other mutants have been murdered by this thing. Terrigenesis. It's a threat to everyone. Not just humans. Not just mutants. Everybody could be affected by this. And right now, he is still angry. Now, Deku, he is currently sitting down. And right now, a lot does go through his mind. He's still got it, well, wreaking havoc through his head. The events he saw. He remembers holding back the Hulk. He remembers that person getting into his head. And he remembers Cyclops being killed right in front of him. Something feels off. He's missing a piece of this puzzle. Cyclops, was he not in his right mind? Was he affected by that cloud? What is going on? Cyclops is smart and a tactician. He wouldn't just kill himself like that. Suicide by Black Bolt is crazy. It doesn't fit him. Did he lose it? No. Cyclops, he had ideas here. Cyclops knows what it means to take a stand. Standing against evil, it can be done even if you don't win. But why would he do that? He stood against Black Bolt to show that it could be done. Ideas, they're eternal. But people, they're the ones that can die. Now, Deku, he does have this idea go through his mind. Cyclops, he did it to show that it can be done. He's not the most strong or durable, but he had heart. And right now he was trying to show other mutants what to do, the right path to go on. If they do go to war with the Inhumans, they all need to be ready for what happens. People, they can die on both sides. But right now, it's Homo superior versus Inhuman, as Magneto would put it. And right now, they're going to have to go to war. That going through Deku's mind. The idea, it somewhat frightens him. Taking a life. I mean, that's not. It isn't supposed to be in the cards. It sounds theoretically possible for him to do. He has the strength, he has the, well, anger, the rage, but actually attempting it, it does not make Deku's hand shake. And Deku, he does think. Many people have been hurt during the Hulk's rampages. Some people have died. He knows that for a fact. But they've been, well, accidents. They haven't been on purpose. But the actual intent to take a life, another living, breathing, sentient creature. I mean, the Hulk has hunted animals, and so has he. But this is on a different scale. I mean, these are people, another person. Can he actually do that? Can him and the Hulk actually agree on killing? I mean, that thought does unnerve him slightly. Deku, he's still sitting there. And right now, he's quiet. Somebody gonna sit down and directly to look at him. Deku going from thinking and looking down at his drink to turning his head. His eyes meeting Jean's. Hey. Hi. You're silent. Yeah. Yeah. Just a lot's going on in here. It's sort of wreaking havoc on my mind. Right. Right. It's how do I say this? Sorry that things have been the way they have been. It's just everything going on and things with you, they're still complicated, and things with Scott. I'm sorry if what I said might have. Jean, listen, we're gonna look up. I don't know what you and Scott had before. What you said was beautiful. Listen, we're all missing time. You're missing time with me, you missed time with him. Scott was a friend, and he was more to that, more than that, to you. Listen, he's gone, I know that. I know what you said was personal. It was good, it was nice. And if you're trying to say that something that you said might have disturbed me, if I felt annoyed by it, if I felt angry, I don't. Okay? It's history. Everything that's happened is history. I've just been trying to learn how to deal with history. Especially mine. Oh. It was a beautiful eulogy though, Jean. He was a good man. Thanks. But that isn't... Have you... I've spoken to Katsuki, if that's what you mean. Has she said anything? About... About... any of this? Has she given you a... explanation? About everything? The last 3 years are still weird for me to piece together. Two of them I was in Wakanda, and one I was in the Savage Lands. That's all I got. Coming back here, I was just thrown into it. I'm still mourning Charles, and now I'm mourning the fact that Cyclops is gone. That's it. That's all I got. We saved Japan. And many people, they're going to hate us for it. That is all I got, Jean. Okay. Have you spoken to Laura? No, I haven't. I saw her earlier, but I think she's been avoiding me. She does want to speak to you. She does? How do you know? She's a friend now. Her and Katsuki. All of us sort of been talking about you. Oh, God. Great. My exes are all talking about me and being friendly. I don't know if I'm happy about that, or we're not technically exes. Really? Me and you never broke up. Right, but you needed to figure things out. Yeah, and I did. Okay, and? Well, that's, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm just, I'm emotionally drained, okay? I'm not, none of us are in our right mind for this right now. I understand. Listen, after all this is over, I do think we all do need to sit down and chat. Especially about everything I've heard so far whenever I was gone. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I heard you got a school going. I did. A few mutants have joined up. Some have been better, some have been worse. I understand where Charles came from with leadership now. You've matured. Yeah, and you still are immature. Comes with the territory. Then again, technically I'm supposed to be 30. Right. Right. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna make the rounds and talk to a few people. Maybe talk to Forge. Maybe talk to Storm. See where things are going. Terragenesis, it's still a problem, and I got it, Jean. Just don't justify yourself to me. You don't have to do that. Don't feel like you have to. Right. Her gonna stand. Before quickly gonna turn and give Deku a kiss on the cheek. Whispering something to hint Deku as he does, someone gonna turn his head and look at her. As she's gonna walk away. And Deku, he does slightly smile. As you do actually have where somebody, they do come walking over. And sitting down. Oh, hey, Kurt. Hey, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, yeah. So where's everybody else? You know, it's, hard for everybody. I mean, we've all been sort of strange. Yeah, yeah. That's one way of putting it. I'm still trying to recover from the Savage Land. I can actually sleep in a comfortable warm bed instead of a cold, weird cave with a fire. I can actually shower too, and actually have some proper whiskey. At least something alcoholic. Other than the stupid, strange berries I find. Really? Oh yeah. Turns out the Savage Lands, not the best place you want to be if you want to try and get a drink. Yeah, yeah. You know, Everything that you did, I don't blame you. You don't. I spent time with my mom, and I never got that. I hope you know that. I'm grateful for it. I don't think I would have been able to spend that time with her otherwise. Deku, he does a turn towards Kurt, as Kurt is going to stand and walk away, him somewhat stumbling a bit over his own feet. And Deku is going to watch that. Kurt never really talks about his mom, and right now, he just did. Clearly, he's had a lot to drink tonight. Maybe his friend, he needs somebody to talk to. Deku, him attempting to stand up. And right before he does, somebody does get a jerky look towards him and walk over. Then I'm going to ask him if he has a minute to chat. Deku going to do so. Him going to sit back down as the person they do get a look jerky at Izuku. So you're the Hulk. Yeah, yeah, I'm meeting a lot of new people today. Uh, what's up? Listen, I won't bore you with a lot, but I wanted to thank you. I mean, me and a lot of the other guys in here. Him pointing to his head. What? Oh, you're dealing with that too. Yeah, from my understanding of it, you deal with a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, it doesn't work, right? Not really, most of the time. Listen, I won't hold you long. I won't bore you. My dad had a lot of things he wanted to say to me, and you knew him better than I did. Yeah, I did. Wait, your dad? Yeah, Charles. He, he came to visit me after everything happened. He was happy to see that I was better, but I wasn't fully me. And so you deal with something similar that I do. Sort of, yeah. I wanted to find out your situation, understand more. My understanding is Legion, as he likes to call himself. The main me, I guess? He makes a new personality and powers. Sometimes people get pulled in, and others, yeah. He's a strange case, and I wanted to talk to you about it. See what's going on with you. Doom rewrote reality, and one of your personalities, they stopped it. Yeah, he did. That one's strange to me. But your other personalities have different powers? Yeah, they do. Okay. So you just confirmed it then. That it happens to me too? Yeah. This one in my head, a few of them, they're weird. But this one has actual powers, the one I'm talking about, that's not Doom. He has elemental abilities. And as far as I know, he could do anything. I mean, my head sometimes feels strange, fuzzy, and weird. And lately, I just found out there's another personality here now. You did? Yeah. It, apparently it's whenever my brain gets shut off. Or someone tries to take me over. I'm not there to restrain the Hulk because I'm busy fighting this person from control. So Hulk, he's just out in the world. Honestly, it's scary. I know, I know. He's tried for years to try and restrain us, but there's so many of us. He's scared of a lot. And honestly, I can see why Charles locked us away. Really? Yeah, there's so many. So many. How many do you deal with? So far, more than 5. You? You're lucky then. Hundreds. Potentially thousands. Damn. That's that's a bigger number. Yeah, yeah. It's it's not good. Listen, someone else is gonna take control and they wanted to leave. They can't be here. Too much death. Too much. I can relate. I've seen my fair share. I'm sure you have. Legion gonna stand up. I'm gonna turn and walk away. And right now, Deku is watching another personality take over before they do directly turn and look at Deku. Them going to bring their hand up to wave before going to turn and walk away. And Deku, he's surprised by that. Shapeshifting. That's interesting. Now, Deku, he actually sit there for a minute. Him enjoying his drink, and the night does go on. Many people, they're still trying to come to terms with everything. Cyclops died. Cyclops is buried. They all saw the body. They buried him. And right now, the leaders of the X-Men, they are preparing for a war with the Inhumans. They made their choice. They know that mutants are going to die. Mutants will be killed. But they do not care. They are finally getting out in the world and getting involved. And mutants who've tried to do that for years, who have tried to do that for a decade or more, if not almost 2, they've been demonized for trying to bring their people together. But right now people are celebrating the Inhumans. And the only reason why is people think there's a chance they are Inhuman. Deku, he sees the hypocrisy. He sees how they view this. They weren't born with an X gene, so they are the enemy. However, if they have the Inhuman gene, and there's a higher chance they might be that, then they should be celebrated. Because hey, these might be something I am. I might be Inhuman. I'm not a mutant. So, I'm scared of them. I'm scared of their potential. Now, Deku, he does see the irony there. People, they'll be like that until they find out they aren't Inhuman. And then they'll go about their day. These people want fucking superpowers. And he would give his away for free, if he could. Now, Deku, he's a few drinks deep. And right now the night, it does continue. And we do actually have Deku, he's sitting outside. Him just looking up. And right now, Deku, he does is going to look back down. Him going from looking up towards the sky and wondering about space. Galactus. He's out there somewhere. Where is he? What happened to him? The man who eats worlds. A being like that exists. It's always crazy in the world. Always crazy in the universe. Now, Deku does have that go through his mind, before looking back down at the statue of Xavier, as it does have his name and the day he died written on it. And Deku, he does just sit there, bringing his hand up and going to sip his drink before just going to put it back down. Now, Deku, he does hear somebody walk behind him. What? You know, we gotta stop meeting like this. Laura? Deku turning. And right now Laura's gonna walk up and sit down. Can we talk? About everything. You, me, and everyone. Honestly, we're gonna walk over and sit down. And right now Deku is gonna turn. looking okay at Laura. She seems different. What? I see that you've changed. A bit. Yeah, sort of had to. You kinda have to grow up whenever the world's in danger. And you're in danger. And you find out that you have a clone. And she also is a genetically matched to you. You have a clone? Yeah, basically my little sister. I looked into Weapon X more. I searched for them for 2 years. And what I found disturbed me. In the last 2 years, everything I've seen from them, I found their programs. I took them down. I dismantled them. And it wasn't easy. I lost a lot. Honestly, all of us, we're exhausted. I don't know if we can go to war with them, with the Inhumans. I've done a lot. I'm sure you know that. I've taken a lot of life. I've experienced a lot, Izuku. You and I both know how that is. On some level, we relate. Can we? Yeah. Except now, we're talking about a war. I know. I know. Listen, let's not talk about that. I just wanted you to know. I don't blame you. I looked, searched, thought, everything. That life, I still dream about it. The feeling I get, everything. My mom, my self. I just wake up sometimes and I realize maybe we were put there together for a reason. Maybe all of us were. A piece of peace? Something to show that the world isn't as dark? Something good, maybe? I know a lot of people, even me included, they they appreciate it. I know I reacted with an outburst the last time we talked. Yeah, an outburst is sort of underselling it. You kind of French kissed me. Yeah, yeah, that sort of was what I was going to talk about. We've all discussed it. We sort of have had to. And with everything going on, I can honestly say I'm glad I knew you. And I'm glad that you're back. Sure. Deku going to raise his glass to the fallen. Now, Deku just won't sip from it. And right now, Laura, she just won't look down. Grabbing the bottle that Deku does have and going to take a swig. As right now, Laura, she has a look directly at Deku. I'm gonna look back down. He needs to come to terms with this. They're going to go to war. Black Bolt murdered Cyclops. And right now, their people are in danger. Now, Deku's mind is won't go to shift from that. However, Laura does go from sitting next to Deku, directly gonna somewhat stand up and turn her body. Her directly sitting on Deku's lap, facing him. Bring her hand up and tilting his chin. You need to focus. You need to focus on the future. Yeah, I sort of got that. I thought you had a healing factor. I do. But I also have feelings. And I also read your feelings. I was trained to do that. I got better at that. Especially with you. You're quiet. You're thinking, Izuku. Right now, we have to be ready. Everything we're facing here, everything we're going to do, it's for the survival of our species. You understand that, don't you? I do. Good. I'm glad you understand. Hers are going to lean in. And right now, Deku is surprised. As somebody, they actually did get to walk outside and see this. And Deku, yeah. Right now, he does have a lot on his mind. Him bringing his hands up and grabbing onto Laura. Deku, he does hold Laura. This feels almost natural. The reality, the memories in his head, they feel real. Were they real? I mean, the dual life and the reality, they feel like they're clashing. The education, the childhood, the loving, caring family, it collides with the violence. The angry father, the psycho who stabbed his mother, and, well, the isolation. Just having one singular friend, and, well, being ridiculed for who he was. I mean, that clashes with the X-Men. And then that's where things get different. Constantly walking on that nice edge of sanity, staying calm, and the rage. It just collides. Deku, right now, he's fucking furious. He wants to take the head of Black Bolt, but he's scared. He knows how volatile the Hulk is. There are moments where the Hulk, he gives him more control than usual. But agreeing to give him control like that, agreeing to let him rampage, which has the intent to kill, is that what he needs to do? Is that what it would take Black Bolt down? The man knocked the Hulk away, and the Hulk, he was impressed. Both in physical power and with utility of power. His ability, a supersonic voice. That could be enough to take down the Hulk, with just a whisper. And Deku, he's wondering, what can a scream do? Now, Deku and Laura would go back inside, after a few minutes. And the two, yeah, they join the party. And right now Deku, he does still have a lot going through his head. As the night, it does continue. And Deku, he does talk to Jean again. Jean, she is happy that he's here. And that things are somewhat returning back to normal. And right now, Deku, him and everybody, they do try to somewhat cut loose. They have a small victory here. And it may not seem like that in the long run. But right now, morale is low. And everybody, they're going to party like it's the end of the world. Because it very well might be the end of the mutants if they lose this. Now, with that being said, we do actually have Deku, who he does actually go to bring his hand up to his head, feeling light hit him as he does go to sit up. And Deku, he's a bit confused. Him going to sit up and realize something. This is not his room. Oh god. Now, Deku is trying to bring his hand up, thinking, okay, right. The last memory he has. Jean. Shit. Okay. Now, Deku does decide to turn. Him bringing his hand out and going to pull back the covers. As right now he does see two different people. Him sort of alarmed. And right now Deku, he does hear another voice. Him turning his head to see that as Emma Frost is standing in the doorway. Ask him if he's finally awake. Okay, hang on a minute. Can you wait outside? I really cannot. Okay, then what are you doing here? You might wake up Laura and Jean. I wish to talk to you privately. Do not worry. In their unconscious state, I've put them into a deeper sleep. They shouldn't hear us. Why? Everything going on. I need to know that you are on my side. I side with the X-Men. I understand that. However, you know what is at stake here, Izuku. I know deep down everything inside of your head. I need you ready. You understand that, correct? You pulled me out of a cave to be your gun. Your big gun, Emma. I just have one thing I'm confused by. Why did Cyclops do it? Why did he do what? Stand against Black Bolt like that. I've known Cyclops for years. I may not have been around him personally, but I've heard many things. I've seen the way he acts in battle. I've seen much. I'm smarter than you give me credit for. I know, Izuku. However, right now, there is too much going on. I need you to answer my question. I'll answer your question if you answer mine first. Why? I don't know. Scott. He just seemed to be losing it. Charles had his concerns. He was becoming more like Magneto. Is that why Magneto was here last night? To honor the fallen? To honor somebody of like-minded interest? Magneto was here last night because he knew Scott. And he was there when Scott died. I get that. But what happened with the Brotherhood of Mutants? I know I've been out of the loop for some time, but some catch-up would be nice. So, how about that? We have plenty of time to talk, right? They're in a deep sleep. Answer my questions. Emma Frost. Now, Emma Frost is going to somewhat freeze. And right now, she actually is a bit more concerned. This might not have been easier, this might not be as easy as she thought. And right now, she has to answer Deku's question. Now, Deku, he does get an answer. And right now, it does alarm him. And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.